five key points I would like to kind of mention are the modern best practices, which was traditionally considered very bookish, is now coming in reality. Robotics and analytics is the second part. Mobility, very important, is the third part, where we see a lot of focus. Connected economy, while you're not physically connected but digitally connected economy. And last and the most important thing is having a dashboard, an overarching dashboard, which is now being presented to the C-level executives anytime, anywhere. So business anytime, anywhere is the new mantra for the C-level executives on how they see the post-COVID situation, because they're not necessarily now dependent on a particular IT or a particular person to kind of give things and take things and move things forward.
Setting up work from home securely and setting up governance around it. So the first thought about it is it's more of a BAU as long as the digital programs are concerned. But you're right, Dr. Kumar. I don't see a dip in the digital programs. Again, thankfully, since my portfolio is digital, I don't see kind of a slowdown in any of the programs that are coming through. But definitely, I would say that time would say that how much any company would want to kind of go ahead and invest it.
IT is still going to be an important enabling function for this transformation. It's still going to be the future choice of technology, whether it's for the companies which are going up or for the companies which are still going down and need to manage their costs better. So from that perspective, I see pretty much around the world there's a higher push, higher interest from the CFOs, CTOs to go out and adopt more. The spending is starting to open up here because they need to move fast before they become obsolete. And quite likely we will see a big technology boom. I mean, the events like these. So I mean, there was a forward message. Somebody said, what led your company's transformation? Was it your CFO or your CTO or COVID-19? So in this case, the third checkbox goes, COVID-19 led the digital transformation. It's just the economic environment and the need of the hour, which would actually push the companies to take those steps which they were holding back to. Those discretionary spendings which they were holding back on would be now coming out as a positive effect on especially the IT segment.
A lot of transactions are now obviously moving online because people are doing online, and then something that really stood out for me is use of contactless technology. So I know that we have these contactless credit cards that's even out in a lot of the global markets now. Clearly, the appetite for such contactless technology has grown up tremendously in the last few months, and understandably so, right? So I think in view of this, in the virus and all these, there is going to be more uptake for such contactless technology, be it just cards or be it any other devices where you may have a contactless equivalent. They're going to pick up again, and what that means is more technological changes and more infrastructure level changes which will be in the background. So I think that's something that can be called out.
The trend in the last couple of weeks, and I'm assuming what you mean is IT and tech roles in non-tech companies. So I think we already touched upon some of the sectors that are looking to hire telecom, obviously healthcare, pharma, life sciences, fintech, OTT, gaming. I think one that we did not talk about is education. Education is going to see a big wave, if not already seen, it's going to see a big wave moving completely online. So those are some of the sectors that you should look at. Interestingly, a survey that came in the Economic Times a couple of weeks back, which spoke about all the open positions on LinkedIn, specifically in the mid segment, which is where the graduates are going to enter this year. Almost 80% of them were IT/ITS roles across multiple sectors. So there is good news. You don't have to look at only an IT/ITS company. There are multiple sectors that are seeing digital transformation that we spoke about. Look at some of these sunrise sectors that are going to be booming in the next couple of years.
during those times, we were taught data sciences on Excel sheet using Excel Miner, right? And maybe some exposure to SPSS as well. But then we are seeing a sea change in the way the technology itself has, rendered, or manifested itself from a pure play advanced analytics to machine learning and deep learning. Now, there are so many terms and terminologies, and it helps when you are trying to connect with the customer, talk in that particular language, because the output of a data science model is never easy for anybody to understand, and business people definitely can't understand. We need somebody who understands the data, who can talk to data and data talks back. We need somebody who can create all of these models, and then we need somebody who can interpret these models and translate it into a very, very simple English, right? And now we have even bots and all. IBM Watson does that, by providing a simple, English translation of what the analytical model is through recommendation engine. That's what I'm saying. One technology understanding, right? It could be anything, and that entire flow of Crisp DM, how the entire, data to information cycle happens, and what is the end product. You can map it to any industry, even a decade now, in 2030, all of these are definitely going to be used. For me, it was not so easy cycle, because after all the learning, still, 5 years after SPGen, I had to relearn few of these things, and I championed SAS. But now there are so many technologies that are available, right? And they're all good.